Hey everybody, this is video 2 in our series of Beyond Corp Enterprise. When we think of Beyond Corp, it's essentially 3 components inside Google. It's our Google Workspace Identity. It's something called Access Context Manager. And the last thing is Identity Aware Proxy. So if you go to, I'm going to show you now, if you go to security in your Google environment, you go to Beyond Corp Enterprise, you're going to see Access Context Manager and Identity Aware Proxy. And the Access Context Manager is what allows us to go and build policies to say, hey, when you want to come into our environment, we want to know the network, the state of your device, the state of your user account, what country you're in. And the Identity Aware Proxy takes those policies and it enforces them before giving us access into the environment. And what can what can we publish, or what can we make available through IAP? All of our single sign-on apps, they just happen naturally inside of Workspace, and we can use Workspace's version of policies. And then from a BCE environment, any app services, our Kubernetes, etc., we can publish that through the proxy. We can take resources that are in a different cloud or on-prem with something called the on-prem connector. So it's possible to connect to servers, virtual or physical, that are running Windows or Linux in Azure, AWS, or a different environment. The beauty about them, especially from a Beyond Corp perspective, is that you could connect to a terminal server, and the terminal server could have apps, fat apps that are difficult or don't support or aren't as easy to put through a HTTPS environment like lots of Google's infrastructure is. And then we're able to connect to things like VDI through the Identity Aware Proxy remote desktop client. Inside BCE, we're very much dependent on the security building blocks of Workspace. So for example, when you try and connect, I might say, hey, I want to know what country you're coming from. I want to know the type of access you're coming in with. What was your MFA like? I can actually say, I have to have seen a hardware key. We can build a PKI environment and put certificates, public certificates out to devices. I can check those certificates. We have an endpoint verification tool that's deployed through Chrome as an extension. An endpoint verification tool allows us to look at the version of the OS. It allows us to see things like if the OS is encrypted, and it allows us to see things like if there's a screen guard. And so all of these components go to make up Beyond Corp Enterprise. I'm just going to quickly show you a little bit around those, and then I'm going to show you a use case. Here's a really simple use case that we're going to show you. We just have a vacation website. It's a low value asset in our environment. It's publicly available. You just have to sign in. We want to make sure that when our users come in and they access a specific environment, it's very sensitive, and we want them to access that from our RDP environment inside GCP. And so we're going to set a policy that says, hey, if you're not inside the GCP environment, don't give people access to this website. The first thing that we're going to look at as part of how do we manage access is we're going to look at policies. I'm looking at these policies inside Google Workspace. You can also look at them inside GCP. They're just a bit nicer and easier to work with inside Workspace. In this example here, this is Identity Aware Proxy RDP policy. And so when you set up RDP for IAP, sorry about all the 3-letter acronyms. When you set this up, Google tell you what the network segment is that they use. And so we're going to say, hey, you must be on this network segment, and then we'll give you access to it. It's the only thing we're going to check because we get to manage that device. So we get to put on the security tools, to update it, all of those things. And to get to that device, you're going to have to go through the IAP desktop client, and that's going to enforce your MFA and all those good things. Okay, so there's my context policy. Another example of context policies is it's possible to write these in a thing called Common Extension Language. And here's just a policy here that says we're going to let you in from 3 regions, US, Monaco, or Canada. It has to be a Chrome managed browser, and we specify the version, and we're very specific on that version. Man, it has to be really up to date. We're asking for admin approved devices, corporate devices. They have to have a screen lock, and then we give, like this be a Mac or a Windows, and on that policy we're saying on the Mac it must be exactly this policy to get in. Inside, so one of the policies I just showed you there was IAP or DP only. And then inside Identity Aware Proxy, we're able to go to our applications, okay? And on our applications, you can see here in my app engine, I have a website. And on my website, this is the group that are allowed to come in, but they must satisfy this specific, login environment. So, you must be inside the Google environment. What does this look like from an end user perspective? Here I am on my Windows server. This is sitting in GCP, and on the Windows server, you can see here's my IP address. Okay. We set up a policy that says if you want to get to a website, you must be on a device that we control. And so when the website is super sophisticated, it just shows your IP address. And, I'm just logged in as a demo user, and you can see I get in straight away. And so here's my public IP address. I expand it open and I say, hey, let's go to that website. And you can see straight away I don't get in. And the reason I'm not getting in is because I'm not on the subnet that we want you to be on. The other example that we showed in the slide was I want to get a vacation request. Okay, and what I just need to do is if I say VACAT vacation.palladiumsecurity.com and I hit go, I just get taken straight away to my vacation request form. Now I'm signed into the browser. If I wasn't signed in, I'd have to sign in. And then I'm just going to copy that, and I'm going to connect to it on a browser that's just my local Google account. I'm just going to hit go, and you can see I'm blocked because I have to be in the org.